Hello and welcome to the Game Time Kids Top 10 game. Today we're going to count down for our viewers the top 10 quarterbacks of all time.
And here we're going to start at number 10, and this is going to be a tough one to pick, but Drew Brees we put because he broke Dan Marino's passing record in 1 year. More than 5,000 yards. He's going to be on that list. Number 9?
Number 9, we put Johnny Unitas. I know he was like an 18-time Super Bowl MVP or 18-time MVP or whatever. But he was like through passes in the 1700s, so we don't know. There's no way. Yeah, well, there's just no way to compare a guy that old to a guy like
the quarterbacks weren't as good back then. You know, they didn't have all the equipment.
The game wasn't the same back then. It was entirely different.
Yeah,
it just didn't.
At number 8, we have John Elway, 2 Super Bowls in a row, a very accurate passer. He didn't have the yards, but he did have the Super Bowls 2 in a row. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And
well, John Elway was just two in a row. That's hard to do.
And at number 7, we have?
Number 7, we have Tom Brady, because he's won 3 Super Bowls already. He's very good as a Patriot, and there's not much chance that he'll play anywhere else.
You know what? It could have been 5 if he just would have beat the Giants twice.
Yeah, like if he would have beat the Giants twice, he might have even passed Danny Marino, because 5 Super Bowls is a record.
Yeah, and we're going to go to number 6. We have Bart Starr, and Trevor, take over this one.
Well, you don't know much about Bart Starr, and Bart Starr was a quarterback. He played for the Packers when Vince Lombardi was coaching. He had 3 Super Bowls or something, and he deserves to be where we put him, I think. And he
very accurate.
Very accurate. He might have even been higher than 6, depending on who we have on the list. But I don't know though. Like if
he's a very good
quarterback.
He was a very good quarterback. We're gonna go to number 5. We have Dan Marino. Dan Marino. He had the yards. Very good. He had very good yards.
He had the
knew
most
where to
yards
throw the ball.
But however, he's not higher as
not
he
a Super
doesn't
Bowl
have a
player.
Super Bowl.
You know, he's not a Super Bowl contender. He wasn't a Super Bowl contender. He's just a yard quarterback. But yards will get you Super Bowls, but in his case, no. At number 4, we have Peyton Manning.
Peyton's got a Super Bowl already. He's very accurate. He's not a gunslinger quarterback.
He reads defense.
He reads defenses. It's like he just turns on his phone, takes a picture, it tells him, okay, this is this.
Yeah,
this
but his mind, it's like he has a camera.
It's like he's got a little mind reader. He just looks at everyone on the defense. You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this.
He calls his own plays. He calls his own plays.
He's a genius. He's like a mad scientist, except he's a quarterback.
Yeah. We're going to go to number 3, Terry Bradshaw, probably my favorite all-time quarterback.
He's got the same last name as you.
He was a Super Bowl contender. That's all I can really say. You know, he had yards. He was a Super Bowl contender. He was a kind of an all-around quarterback in little spots. You know, he may not have. He could read defense.
However, he was on the most dominant football team in NFL history.
And at number 2, Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. Oh my goodness, he is the highest in just about every category. The only reason he's not number 1 is that includes interception, and he played for 3 teams.
Yeah, and at number 1 we have Joe Montana. Joe Montana, if you didn't hear. But Joe Montana, yards, Super Bowl, he had everything. It's like he was
and he didn't
an
have
ultimate quarterback in one.
He
He did not throw interceptions. He was a quarterback that it's probably unbeatable. He was an elite quarterback. Definitely elite. High elite.
Unbelievable.
Above it. So let us know.